Here we are for game 2 of our Wednesday Hoops Pickup Basketball Series on July 24th, 2013. The Clarksters have won the first game against the Sealsters, and now they will play the Sabinettes in game number 2. And so the matchup is interesting in this case as well, with Clark going up against Sabin and Poku going up against Junior, and Art with an interesting matchup against James. And so probably the key matchups in this game will potentially be James against Art, James having really a skills and quickness advantage, and perhaps even J.O. on green there in the blue. So the game starts out 0-0. Clark taking a difficult fading jumper, and it's no good. The ball going to Junior, and now James bringing the ball up the court. And James is another new addition, relatively recently back in this pickup basketball game. A really quick point guard, excellent shooter from distance, can do the fadeaway, step back three. And again, we see a nice three from Joku, and the Clarksters take Poku, I keep calling him Joku, it's Poku, 3-0 lead. Now James with an open three-pointer at the top of the key, he misses it off the front iron, and Poku with the rebound. Poku bringing the ball up, and he goes with the left hand, difficult shot, no good. The ball goes to Pat, who gets the ball out. Now James going in for the layup on the transition opportunity, and they come back to come within 1 point, now down 2-3 in the ball game. Clark bringing the ball up. And so, Jimbo, what do you got for us? Well, this is an interesting matchup. They don't have Seal on the inside like the Sealsters do, so we're going to see if they're going to have the inside presence to stop the Clarksters on the inside. And so now Green with the ball, fires it over the middle. The pass is broken up by Poku. Poku bringing the ball up, runs into Pat, loses the ball. Now Junior with the ball, open three-pointer, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Clark with the rebound, and so it's still 3-2 with the Clarksters ahead. Clark firing over to Art, a little bit behind him. He looks, not open for the layup, gives the ball out to K-Luff, who puts up an open three-pointer, but it's no good. Junior with the rebound. Junior coming up the court, looking between the legs, drives on Poku. Difficult shot, no good off the iron. Now Clark with another rebound. Clark is just cleaning up the rebounds game after game. That's a very important advantage that the Clarksters have there. And now Clark with another turnaround jumper, no good. And, pass almost intercepted by Art. James with the pull-up three-pointer, no good. But the rebound put back by Pat, who's always there to clean up and hustle and get the junk balls. It is now 4-3, the Sabinettes ahead of the Clarksters. Poku bringing the ball up. And little half-court thing here we have. He goes left and short on that three-point shot, and it's no good. Poku's been really shooting the three-pointer well in the past couple weeks. That was not an example of one of his better shots. And so Clark bringing the ball up, left hand. Behind the back, it is no good, turnover. James with the ball. Will they be able to take advantage of this opportunity? No, Poku grabs the ball. He saves it, gets it over to K-Luff, who gives it over to J.O. J.O. fires it over to Kevin, Clark, who's got an open three-pointer, and he misses that on the back iron. Now the long pass. It's too far. Pat throws the ball over Green's head. I'm not sure that the Red Mamba could have jumped up and grabbed that. You see the Sabinettes unable to take advantage of the opportunity of the transition, turnover opportunity. That's got to be a little bit disappointing. They've got to take advantage of those if they want to beat the Clarksters. Now J.O. with a little shuffle step, puts up the three-pointers, a little short off balance on that shot. K-Left tries to save it. The ball goes out to James. James bringing the ball up the court, gets it off to Green, who's off his hands, pass a little bit low, and it's a turnover. And so we've now seen a couple of times where they've gone to Green on the transition, but it's led to turnovers. One through a pass that was over his head, and another on a little bit low pass that was a little tough to handle. Now Clark driving to his left, gives the ball off to Poku, who drives inside. Looks like he's fouled hard as he goes in. He is fouled hard. Now the Clarksters down by 1. What advantages are they going to take? What advantages do the Sabinettes have in this game? Well, one thing it'll be interesting to see is what Pat does against K-Luff. Pat's got perhaps an advantage on the inside with strength. And so another missed shot, and Junior coming up the court with the ball. He dribbles left, dribbles right, crosses over, gets the ball off to Pat, who's open at the three-pointer. He's got an open three-pointer, and he puts it down. It's a 7-3 lead for the Sabinettes. And so we see there that the Sabinettes have a little bit of fire. They're ready to compete and try to win this game. Tough shot on the right side. Oh, Poku with that elevation, leg kick, and all net. It is 6-7. The Clarksters 1 point behind. Now James passes up an open three, gives it over to Sabin, and we see a mistake by Art as he was picked, really didn't rotate, and that led to a 2-on-1 right there at the 15-foot line at the free throw line, and got an open jump shot for Sabin, who's most times going to put that right through the net. Now Clark with the difficult three-point opportunity, a couple feet behind the three-point line. It is no good. And James bringing the ball up, crosses over, dishes to the outside. Cross-court pass to Sabin, off the back iron, off the backboard, and good. The Sabinettes with the 9-6 lead. Now Clark with the ball. He's been struggling a little bit with his shot this game. Will he be able to put the ball in the hoop? Gets the ball to J.O. Back to Clark. Clark looks over to K-Luff, who is not hustling up the court, but he's able to grab that loose ball. He goes to his left, gives the pass off to J.O. J.O. looking, holding the ball, gives the ball off to Clark. Pass to Poku, who was off balance, and a little bit behind him, and it's a turnover. So a 9-6 lead for the Sabinettes. Junior with the ball. A little bit of a switch here. Wide open. James on the other side as there was a transition switch. Art not able to handle the rebound, but Clark comes down with it, and it's still a 9-6 lead. They really should have taken advantage of that, the Sabinettes, on that opportunity, as there was a mistake on the defense by the Clarksters. Now Clark with the ball, gives it off to Poku, fires it inside. Nice pass, nice cut by Art, and it is a 8-9 lead by the Sabinettes. Sabin bringing the ball up, gives it off to James. James looking, holding the ball. Pick action at the top. Behind the back pass to Pat, who is not looking, and he kicks the ball, and the ball goes off the wall and hits him right in the face. So insult to injury on that, as it is a turnover. I think that they're getting used to each other, aren't they, a little bit? Yeah, James is new to the game. They're not really used to having a point guard like that. They've got to keep their eyes open. They've got to be ready for the passes. And so here we go. Clark on the right side, looking. Picked by J.O. J.O. gets the ball, looks inside. Poku in the corner, surveying. Picked by J.O. Three-point hesitation, dribbles inside. Nice drive and nice finish for Poku, as he was able to feint on that three-point and then drive inside after a couple of picks. Another pass on the inside. It is over in the corner, and Sabin has the ball. Sabin dribbling with K-Luff on him, senses an advantage, wants to take the shot, but passes it off to Junior. Junior at the top. Sabin on the inside. Art on the defense, and there is a foul. James was fouled by Art. So this is another interesting matchup. Art and James going way back, know each other's games very well. James with the clear advantage in this matchup, but will Art be able to hold his own and not let James get off? Now Sabin in the corner with the ball. The ball goes over to Green, goes over to Pat. Three-pointer, J.O. challenging on that. Art with the rebound, gives it off to Poku. Poku giving the ball off to J.O. He goes up for the shot. He brings it back down and dribbles. Because both feet left the ground, he can't put the ball on the floor again. It is a travel and a turnover. The Clarksters still ahead 10-9, and a missed opportunity there. There'll be a reset in the action. Interesting ball game we have so far. Interesting matchups. We're going to see what's going to happen next here. All right, ball to Junior. James on the outside behind the back pass. Sabin with the inside pass attempt that's broken up, and it's a turnover. Poku with the ball. Dribbles left, goes strong, and he finishes. What a nice drive by Poku, as the Clarksters are up 12-9. Now James on the outside. Hesitation, dribbles to his left, gets past Art, pulls up over Kevin, and it is a good jump shot. It is 12-11. The Clarksters ahead. We see James doing his patented inside-outside. You got to respect the three-pointer out to 23, 24, 25, 26 feet. And then if he gets by, you can pull up on that jumper. And now Poku again driving. He is an indomitable force on the inside. 14-11, the Clarksters ahead. And they're going to have to try to do something to stop Poku, as he is taking advantage of an inside shot. Now, what do we see here? A drive and a miss, and the ball will be reset. It is 14-11. The Clarksters ahead. Now Green at the top of the key on K-Luff. The ball will be checked up here. And 2 Junior on the outside. A little bit of pick action. Green passes inside. And it looks like it's a turnover. Ball goes over to Clark. 14-11. Clarksters ahead. Clark, he's been a little bit quiet this game. What's he going to do now? Clark dribbling. Looking, and crosses over. Inside move. Nice drive. And he's fouled. A little bit disappointed, I'm sure, Clark, is that he didn't put that in. I know Clark would like to see the ball in the bucket so he can, you know, every good shooter likes to see the ball go through the net. Would like to see the ball go through right there. And so Poku with the ball gives it off to J.O. Wide open three-pointer on a switch. And boy, what a wide open three-pointer. He puts it in, he takes advantage, and that might be the dagger in this game as the Clarksters go up 17-11. Just, you really, on a checkup opportunity, can't give up a wide open three-pointer where the guy has the time to set up. And Saban coming back, fouled perhaps on that turnaround. Didn't call the foul, was able to recover and make the shot 17-13, now with a 4-point lead. Poku wiping up a little sweat perhaps on the ground there, and we'll have a checkup. Dave Seal practicing his free throws. Means he's ready for the next game. I know he doesn't like losing, and he's been on a little bit of a losing streak recently. Now Poku with the ball. Gives it off to Clark. There on the wing. Now with Junior on him. Gives it inside to Poku. Poku, turnaround shot. It bounces around and falls in. And Poku with a very dominating performance in this game. The Sabanets have no answer for Poku, inside or outside. Now Junior dribbling, crossing over, looks over to the side. And the ball goes out to James, who passes up perhaps an open jumper at the free throw line, takes the ball out. Now he wants to reset. Pick on the outside. Green. Now a nice little pass over to Saban, who was open. No good. Long rebound goes to R. Gives the ball off to Poku. Game point 19-13. What's going to happen here? Poku dribbling. A little bit out of control, but recovers. We have a 5-on-5 half-court matchup at this point. Everyone back. Ball goes over to Poku, who attempts a very long three-pointer. No good off the front iron. And the rebound goes to Pat. So the Sabanets are going to have to do something at this point if they want to get back in the game. All right. You have a switch on defense. Poku on James. Attempts a long three-pointer. Almost goes down off the front iron, but it is no good. And now inside, a little bit of action, and Pat is fouled, and it will remain the Sabanets' ball as James will take the ball at the top of the key. I noticed that James hasn't been very aggressive this game, but I know he would like to put that three-pointer in. Excuse me. And James with a nice left-hand shot. Of course, he is left-handed, so we can't give him too much credit for the left hand, but it's a nice shot, nice strength on the inside. James is really able to use his body. Despite his size, he's able to use his strength, and a little bump here and there, he's able to create space for himself. Now Poku driving on the inside's fouled, and the shot is no good. So it is a 19-15 lead for the Clarksters, who still need to put in one bucket to win this game. Now Poku will be on the top of the key. No, it will be J.O. He will check the ball in, and we'll see where they go. Will they go on the right side to Poku, or will they go on the left to Clark, who's got a little pick action there? Now Clark on the very inside takes a little turnaround shot right over Pat, and the shot is good. The game is over. It is 21-15. Another win by the Clarksters, and we see there that the Clarksters have good balance, with really Clark taking a leading role in the first game, and now Poku really taking over that game. The Sabanets had no answer for Poku, as he was just able to drive and be dominant on the inside. Excellent game, and 2 wins in a row for the Clarksters. And we'll now go to Game 3 in just a moment with, again, the Sealsters getting ready for the action. We'll see you then. Thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure.